Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise and get to the insights that really count. Today, we're diving into something huge, something affecting almost everyone's professional life, possibly yours. We're talking about the massive shifts happening in the world of work. What does it mean for careers now and, crucially, down the road? We've looked at a lot of material personal stories, business analysis, expert predictions. Our mission, to pull out the key takeaways for you, our listener. Help you grasp the forces shaping modern careers and figure out how to navigate them. So let's start with a story. Nigel, he's 30, works in IT, and like a lot of people, he thought he had it figured out. A job for life at a big bank. Solid, predictable. But as we'll explore, that whole idea of the corporate ladder, well, it's getting shaky. The world had different plans for Nigel.
Yeah, and Nigel's story, it's not just one person's experience, is it? It's like a snapshot, a really good example of these huge system-wide changes happening everywhere. We're seeing companies completely rethink how they operate, what they focus on. And that forces individuals, like Nigel, like all of us really, to rethink how we build our careers. His experience really challenges those old ideas about jobs and loyalty.
Okay, let's unpack that. Nigel at the bank, he said pretty clearly, all the work was done in-house. I thought I had a job for life. Sounds familiar, right? That stability everyone aimed for, safe, predictable. But then things changed. The bank, like so many others, decided to cut costs. And their solution: outsource the whole IT department to a specialist company, IT services, ITSS. Now, Nigel wasn't laid off, which is important. He considered it and then chose to move over, work for ITES. He even says he's very happy now. But it makes you wonder, is this just about saving money? Or is something bigger going on? Something about how companies see themselves?
That's exactly it. It's way more than just trimming the budget, although cost is definitely part of the picture. What's really happening is companies are strategically deciding what their absolute core business is. For a bank, that's finance, right? Managing money, dealing with clients, that's their unique edge. IT, even though it's critical, well, they see it as something that can be handled expertly by someone else, maybe even better. They're essentially building a more flexible setup, using specialists from anywhere.
So it's less about owning everything in-house.
Exactly. More about orchestrating capabilities, using a network. In Nigel's move, where he went with the work to ITS, that's becoming common. He didn't just get a new job title. His actual employer changed from a general bank to a specialist IT firm. And that shift, counterintuitively perhaps, can actually be good for someone's career if they keep learning.
Okay, so it's not just IP this happens.
Oh no, we see it everywhere. Legal work, manufacturing, marketing, HR. You name it. Companies are leaning on outside experts instead of trying to build massive internal teams for everything.
Right. Shifting from we do it all to we do our core thing and partner for the rest. Makes sense. So Nigel moves to ITES, becomes one of those specialists. But if companies are outsourcing more, always changing, what does job security even look like now for Nigel, for any of us? Is it still about that one company?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And Nigel's time at ITIS points to the new answer: employability. It's not about staying put, it's about being valuable wherever you go. Nigel mentions ITIS really pushes professional development, sends staff on training courses, keeps them current.
Right, keeping up with industry trends.
Exactly, and ITIS is upfront about it. They basically say, look, you might not be here forever, but your skills, they'll make you employable anywhere. That's a huge mental shift. It's not a slogan, it's a strategy. Being valuable to the market, not just one boss.
That is a powerful idea. Stability isn't the company, it's you, your skills.
And when you say current trends for someone in IT, what are we talking about? Is it AI, cloud stuff? Yeah, precisely. It could be mastering new AI platforms, shifting to serverless cloud systems, understanding complex data rules like GDPR, or getting really good at, say, DevOps practices. These aren't just small updates, they're big shifts. They demand constant learning. You have to be proactive.
Which ties into that whole lifelong learning idea we hear about.
Absolutely. Companies, governments, they're all talking about it. Continuously developing your knowledge, formal courses, getting certified, even just reading journals, playing with new tech. It all counts. And companies like ITES, they invest in this because it helps them too. They need cutting-edge staff to serve their clients.
Especially if they are the outsourced specialists, they have to be top-notch.
They have no choice. It puts the pressure, or maybe the opportunity, squarely on continuous learning. It's just part of the job now.
So, yeah, the loyalty isn't just to the company anymore. It's loyalty to your own skills, your own market value. Your worth is in what you know and can do. Okay, employability sounds great. Empowering even. Always in demand, always learning. But is there a downside? Does it feel like you're always chasing the next thing, like a hamster wheel of upskilling? Is there anxiety there?
That's a very fair point. It can feel like a lot of pressure. Constant learning takes time, energy, sometimes money. It can be exhausting. But the smarter companies, they get this. They don't just expect it, they support it. They might offer training paths, mentors, time off for learning, maybe pay for certifications.
So it becomes more of a partnership.
Ideally, yes, an investment in their people, not just the demand placed on them. It fosters a culture where growth is supported, not just expected. Look at Nigel again. He says he likes his job at ICE, but he also says, in the next year or two, I may make a career move and join another company. Yeah, that perfectly captures it. Always ready, always mobile. His main loyalty is to his own career path.
So the safety net is your skills, your learning.
Okay.
But what if Nigel wants even more control? Not just being employable by others, but really steering his own ship. Where does that lead?
Now we get to the next evolution, really. The rise of the freelancer, the portfolio worker. Nigel's thinking ahead. He has this aspiration, right? He says, when I'm about 40, I want to set up on my own as a freelancer, offering consultancy services to different companies. And the appeal for him, the idea of working freelances on different projects for different clients attracts me.
That idea of being your own boss, picking projects, it sounds like the dream for a lot of people.
It really does. And it's not just Nigel dreaming this up. It taps into a real trend. There was a management thinker, Charles Handy, who talked about this years ago. He called people doing this portfolio workers because they have a portfolio, a range of different clients and projects. And yeah, experts predict more and more people will work this way.
It sounds like ultimate freedom. Choose your work, set your hours. But having seen people make that jump, what's the reality check? Is it all smooth sailing, or are there, hidden challenges to managing that portfolio?
Oh, it's definitely a mixed bag. The freedom and variety are real and powerful motivators. But you suddenly become everything, don't you? You're not just the IT expert anymore. You're also the salesperson, the accountant, the marketing manager, the admin assistant.
Right, you wear all the hats.
All of them. Invoicing, finding clients, managing taxes, sorting out your own health insurance and retirement. It's a huge responsibility. It requires a real shift from thinking like an employee to thinking like an entrepreneur. But if you thrive on that variety, that self-direction, it offers incredible control.
And this connects back to outsourcing.
Directly. As companies focus on their core stuff and outsource the rest, they create demand for these external specialists. They need help, but maybe not a full-time person for every single task. That's where freelancers and consultants come in. It works for the company, they get expertise on demand, stay lean, and it works for the individual, like Nigel hopes it will for him. Autonomy, diverse projects, building a broad skill set.
You mentioned terminology freelancers or freelances for people.
Yeah, the source material points that out. People are freelancers or sometimes freelances, and you do freelance work. Just a little nuance there. But the point is, it's an active way to shape a career, not just react.
Wow. What a journey we've traced today. Started with Nigel and that fading job for life idea. Saw how outsourcing is changing companies from the inside out, making them more like networks, then how that puts the focus on continuous employability as the new security for individuals and companies. And now, seeing the rise of the portfolio worker, people actively designing their own careers, it's definitely not a straight ladder anymore. More like a portfolio, a journey with lots of paths.
Exactly. If there's one core message, it's that success today and tomorrow really comes down to being adaptable. Committing to that lifelong learning, maybe even thinking a bit like an entrepreneur about your own career. It's less about just reacting, more about proactively building your professional life, your own brand almost.
Building your brand.
Yeah. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening, chew on. How might your own future career look less like climbing one ladder, and maybe more like building a really interesting, carefully chosen portfolio of skills, projects, experiences? A portfolio that lets you navigate this constantly changing world with confidence and creativity and ownership?
That's a great question to end on. Really makes you think about your own path differently. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the changing landscape of work. We hope these insights give you some food for thought on your own journey and help you embrace the dynamic future ahead.